Good morning. It's Tuesday, March 30th. And today in math, you are going to do a little bit of some review. So, we've talked about how we're not going to start chapter 8 until after spring break. And so, today works out to be a good day to go back and review all of the chapters that you've completed so far this year in seventh grade math, which means chapters 1 through 7. So, all of that material, proportions, percents, integers, rational numbers, combining like terms, simplifying expressions, one and two step equations, and then your geometry that you just had this last unit. So, you're going to see it number one, mid-year review in Schoology, and you can use calculators, you can use your notes, your book, paper, pencil, obviously, to work problems out. And then if you really want to, and I'll add this to the list, and it's okay with your crew teachers if you're in person, you can work with somebody else and go through those questions together. So in Schoology, it looks like that. You'll see mid-year review. And it has 25 questions set up in there. Now, it will randomize your questions for you. And what I mean by that is when you go through it the first time and you get different questions from the different chapters, you'll get your first 25. You'll see how you score on it. If you want to retake it, because this is an assignment grade and you can retake these assignments in Schoology, just realize if you decide to retake it, it's not going to give you the same amount of questions. It's going to, or not amount, sorry, the same kind of questions. They won't be exactly the same. So it's pulling from a question bank. And so when you retake it a second time, you're probably going to see different questions there. You retake it a third time, you're going to see different questions there. So just realize that. And that's actually good for you to go back and review all the different concepts we had in those chapters. And so just plan on that. And like I said, you will have no matter what, the first time you retake it, the second, retake it the third, you're still going to have 25 questions each time. They're just not always going to be the same. So it is set to unlimited times, and you can it'll keep the highest score that you eventually get on it. So let me come back here. And so if you want to work on your own, great. But like I said, if it's your crew teacher is good with it, you can work with a partner today. Then on number 2, I put the same thing as I had on yesterday's agenda, this geometry review for you to review areas of squares, rectangles, and triangles. And I left that same video and the 2 BuzzMath that you're going to go and practice your areas of squares and rectangles and your areas of triangles. And then I also left the formulas in the upper left-hand corner here. So if you didn't get to number 2 yesterday because it took you most of the hour to complete that basic skills assessment for us, then once you finish that mid-year review today in Schoology, you're going to want to come here to number 2. I'm going to take a minute and talk about, this is supposed to say number 3 there, this chapter 8 graded checklist. So I put in parentheses next to it, it's due on test day. I don't know yet when your test day is going to be for chapter 8. We'll talk about that more after spring break. But this checklist, as we add to it, realize anything in this checklist, is due that date, which means anything beyond that date, if you ask me to correct it, then I'm going to tell you no. So let me give you some examples here. Chapter 7, which ended on Friday, and we talked about for a few weeks within the agendas, we said, your items from chapter 7, they're due on test day. That included your ALEKS from March 15th through the 21st. That included your BuzzMath, your 5 lessons from BuzzMath. That included your quick checks in Schoology. And I am still getting emails as of yesterday and today, asking, hey, I just finished, BuzzMath, can you grade it? No, because we said the cutoff date was Friday, March 26th. And so this is third trimester. And so we're trying to cut down on taking the late work. And so at the end of every chapter, it's due and it's closed. So when you email us and ask us to grade something that has already been past the due date, your answer this trimester is going to be no. So please, it's your responsibility going into 8th grade, right? You're in third trimester in 7th grade. You're going into 8th grade next year. that you have to have these due dates set. And so please adhere to that. Make sure that you understand that. Um, and if you have questions with that, still let us know. But I know when I went into classrooms last week, I talked about that to classes specifically that I visited. So I'm going to leave you now so you have time to work in Schoology on your mid-year review, and so on through the list here. So um, there's no video for Wednesday because it's an Alex stay at home, and Thursday's a half a day. So I won't see you on video then either. So I guess I'll see you after spring break. Have a great time. Just not just not doing anything, maybe not being here or going on vacation or whatever you're going to do with your family and your friends. Enjoy it, and we'll see you back on April 12th.